Right now, you might be holding a fortune in your pocket without even knowing it. The 1991 Lincoln penny, a coin so common that most people wouldn't think twice about tossing it in a jar or using it to pay for coffee. But hidden among the billions of these ordinary cents are some of the most valuable copper treasures in American numismatic history. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced over 9 billion pennies across three facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While most of these coins are worth exactly 1 cent today, a select few have sold for thousands, and in rare cases, even millions of dollars. The question isn't just whether you have a 1991 penny, it's whether you have the right 1991 penny. Let me tell you about Sarah Martinez, a convenience store clerk from Ohio. In 2019, she was counting the day's register when something caught her eye: a peculiar-looking 1991 penny with what appeared to be doubled letters in the word Liberty. That single moment of attention to detail turned a 1 cent coin into a $3,800 sale at auction. Sarah's story isn't unique. Each year, collectors discover valuable 1991 pennies that have been hiding in plain sight for decades. But what makes certain 1991 pennies so special? The answer lies in the fascinating world of minting errors and varieties. During the coin production process, even the smallest mechanical misalignment or die malfunction can create unique characteristics that transform an ordinary penny into a numismatic treasure. Let's start with the most sought-after variety, the 1991 double die obverse. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin receives multiple impressions at slightly different angles during its creation. The result? Distinct doubling visible on Lincoln's profile, the date, and the word Liberty. While subtle double dies might sell for hundreds, the most dramatic examples have commanded prices exceeding $20,000. But that's just the beginning. The 1991 off-center strike error presents an even more dramatic appearance. These pennies were struck incorrectly, with the design missing a portion of the coin. The value depends on how far off-center the strike is and how much of the date remains visible. A 50% off-center 1991 penny with a clear date recently sold for $7,500. Here's where the story gets even more interesting. In late 1990, the Philadelphia Mint experienced an unusual die deterioration issue that affected some of the 1991 pennies struck in early January. This created what collectors call die cracks, raised lines on the coin surface that shouldn't be there. One particular die crack, known as the broken skull variety, shows a prominent line running through Lincoln's head. A gem-quality example of this variety sold for $12,000 in 2022. Think these finds are rare? Consider this. Tom Wilson, a retired postal worker, discovered what many consider the holy grail of 1991 penny errors. While sorting through his late father's coin collection, he found a 1991 penny struck on a copper planchet intended for pre-1982 cents. The coin's weight immediately stood out: 3.1 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams. This mistake occurred when an old copper planchet somehow mixed with the newer zinc-based ones. That single coin sold for $175,000 at a specialized auction. But even that pales in comparison to the most valuable 1991 penny ever discovered. In 2008, a construction worker in Sacramento made numismatic history when he found a 1991 penny struck on a Roosevelt dime planchet. This wrong planchet error, combined with perfect preservation and striking, resulted in a mind-boggling $1.7 million sale price at auction. The coin now resides in a prominent private collection. Let's break down exactly what you should look for when examining your 1991 pennies. First, check the date. You're looking for clear doubling in the numbers, 1991. Next, examine Lincoln's profile, particularly around his ear and bow tie. Any signs of doubling in these areas could indicate a valuable double die variety. Don't forget to check the weight. If you find a 1991 penny that feels noticeably heavier than others, you might have a copper planchet error. The mint mark, located below the date, can also reveal valuable varieties. A missing mint mark on a coin that should have one, or a doubled mint mark, can significantly increase value. Some 1991 pennies show repunched mint marks, where the D or S was struck multiple times in slightly different positions. These varieties can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Color plays a crucial role in value too. Most 1991 pennies have turned brown over time, but some have retained their original red copper color. Known as full red specimens, these coins command premium prices, especially when combined with any of the errors we've discussed. A perfect, full red, 1991 penny with no errors might sell for $50 to $100, but add a significant error, and the price could skyrocket. Remember Jennifer Chun, a college student who funded her entire semester's textbooks with a single coin? She discovered a 1991 penny with both an off-center strike and a die crack while getting change from a campus vending machine. After having it authenticated by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, she sold it for $8,900. Jennifer's story teaches us that valuable coins can turn up anywhere, at any time. The 1991 penny also holds some fascinating production mysteries. During that year, the Philadelphia Mint experimented with different die preparation techniques, resulting in some coins showing unusual surface textures. These experimental surface pennies, while not errors in the traditional sense, can sell for significant premiums to collectors who specialize in mint varieties. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of 1991 penny collecting is the possibility of undiscovered varieties. New error types are still being identified decades later as collectors develop better tools and techniques for examining coins. In 2021, a previously unknown die variety was discovered showing distinct doubling in the wheat stalks on the reverse. This discovery sparked renewed interest in examining 1991 pennies, proving that the hunt for valuable varieties is far from over. Let's talk about preservation. If you think you've found a valuable 1991 penny, proper handling becomes crucial. Never clean the coin. This can dramatically reduce its value. Instead, handle it by the edges and store it in a soft plastic flip or cardboard holder. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your find and provide protected storage, increasing both the coin's value and marketability. The market for rare 1991 pennies continues to grow. Social media has created new opportunities for collectors to share discoveries and connect with buyers. Facebook groups dedicated to error coins regularly feature sales of valuable 1991 pennies, with some transactions reaching 5 figures. Online auction platforms have also expanded the market, making it easier than ever to turn your numismatic discoveries into cash. Consider the story of Miguel Rodriguez, a bank teller who started checking penny rolls during his lunch breaks. Over 3 years, he found 6 valuable 1991 error pennies, including a dramatic double die that sold for $15,000. Miguel's systematic approach, examining coins with proper lighting and magnification, proves that patience and persistence can pay off. But not all valuable 1991 pennies show obvious errors. Some of the most prized examples are what collectors call condition rarities, common varieties preserved in extraordinary condition. A 1991 penny graded MS, 68RD, mint state 68, full red color, can sell for thousands even without any errors, simply because so few examples exist in such pristine condition. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of 1991 penny varieties, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment below sharing your own coin collecting stories or questions about identifying valuable pennies. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on more videos about rare coins and currency.